Today we're at St James's Square in the heart of St James, and when this area was built it was the most fashionable place to be for about 200 years. Let's have a look further. Are you ready? Stick with us. Here we go. So you join us today for a fantastic trip round a square. The gardens are not only beautiful, but there are so many blue plaques around the outskirts on these houses that there is so much history to share with you. In 1662, Charles II had extended a lease over 45 acres of Pall Mall, St James's Field, which was held by Henry Jermyn, who was the first Earl of St Albans. The Earl pulled together the plans of how the development would look. These were approved, and today you have St James's Square. Here in the centre of St James's Square you have a bronze statue of William III, and it's been here in St James's Square since 1808. Now we're focusing in on this molehill, which is under the horse's hoof, and there's a reason for this. The king died in 1702, and when he died of pneumonia, which was a complication arising from a broken collarbone he suffered after a fall from his horse, Sorrel, which is shown here. He had tripped on a molehill while the king was riding at Hampton Court. Due to his demise due to the little mole, the detractors toasted the little gentleman in a black velvet waistcoat, and when the statue was put together, they decided to have the molehill on it. Unlike a majority of London squares, this is open for you to visit, but you do need to watch out for the times. But also when you're walking around the garden, it's incredible because you just turn a corner and there's another statue just sitting there. We turn now to more recent history and 1984, as this was the scene of the 1984 Libyan embassy siege. It was here that WPC Yvonne Fletcher, who had been helping control a small demonstration outside the embassy, when automatic gunfire came from the outside. The 25-year-old was hit in the stomach and severely injured, and hence this memorial is to her. I'm not quite sure, but this could be the square with the most blue plaques around it. Anyway, we're going to cover some of these off for you right now. Now, the first one we're looking at is for Nancy Astor, who was the first female MP to sit in Parliament. And this is the address that she lived at when she was in London, here at St James. It's interesting because there's a lot of political connections, as you're about to discover in another house here at St James. Here, not just one Prime Minister lived here, but three different ones at different times: William Pitt, Edward Stanley and William Gladstone. Can you imagine if they put up a blue plaque for each of those? Wouldn't be much wall left. Now this place is often mentioned in its Chatham House, which is the Royal Institute of International Affairs and a big think tank which is based here at St James's. Now we pop next door from number 10 to number 12 to another blue plaque. Augusta Ada King, Countess of Lovelace, was an English mathematician and writer, and she was chiefly known for her work with Charles Babbage on the proposed mechanical general purpose computer, the first ever worldwide computer. Here we're looking at the High Commission of the Republic of Cyprus, but I just wanted to show you some of the architecture because this is an original building dating back to the 1730s, some nearly 300 years old. With so much of London being torn down and regenerated, it's great to see that so much of this area hasn't been touched. Steeped in its own history, this is the London Library at number 13, and it's an independent lending library in London. It was established in 1841, and it was founded on the initiative of Thomas Carlyle, who was dissatisfied with some of the policies at the British Museum Library. Here we're back in the centre of the square, and in the garden we have this building. Now you can see a plaque that's at the end of it, and it's the only place that I've seen around London where they've actually commemorated John Nash. Now if you're a watcher of this channel, you will know that we've spoken about John Nash before, and John Nash was well known for his designs of the Royal Pavilion down in Brighton, Marble Arch, and also Buckingham Palace. He's also best known for his collaboration with James Burton for the building of Regent Street. With all that involvement in building London as we know it today, it's great that they've actually put something up there to commemorate. I hope you've enjoyed our tour around St James's Square. If you love getting out and about and love a bit of history, then I've put a playlist up in the top right hand corner of other great places to go and visit outside to get some great fresh air around London.